Hey, it's Greg Otten here with MaritimeGardening.com, and I'm just going to do a really quick video today talking about the coupon code that Veseys Seeds has offered all my viewers. I do these YouTube videos, and I also do a podcast. Podcasts cost money to put up and offer to listeners. Podcast is free for all listeners. It costs me money to put it up, and YouTube takes time, and the equipment costs a bit of money. So I was looking for a sponsor, and I contacted Veseys Seeds. They're local to the Atlantic region of Canada anyway. They're located in PEI, Prince Edward Island. Very, I guess it's famous for evergreen gables and growing potatoes and a number of other things. No, I don't want to offend any people from PEI, but the most famous things is the potatoes and the evergreen gables. Anyway, I guess those are also famous for being the home of Veseys Seeds. So I approached Veseys Seeds. I was looking for a company that was willing to support my various online content. I wanted a company that was willing to provide a little bit of money and provide all my seeds. But other than that, just let me do what I do, right? Talk about gardening, talk about low cost, low input, permaculture, no-till gardening, right? Gardening the easy way, gardening in a way that works with nature. And so that was very important to me to work out that. On the podcast, I'll talk about the same things I've always talked about. In the YouTube videos, I'm going to talk about the same things I've always talked about. But I'm giving them a little bit of free advertising as a result of that, and that's the way the world runs, I guess. So what have they done for me? These are my seeds. I did an unboxing video out in my garden this morning, but it was so windy. It's a terrible video. So I decided to come in here in the comfort of my living room and redo the video because you really couldn't hear what I was saying. And the wind was really bad. So it's not a completely authentic unboxing video. For those that have been following along, I did a video where I decided where everything in my garden should go, where I should plant everything, and I showed a list of various plants, seeds, potatoes, even some bare root fruit bushes that I ordered, and I ordered them from Veseys Seeds. They're providing all of my plants this year. They have a really strong reputation in the Atlantic provinces as well as across Canada. The company's been around for a very long time. The owner, Mr. Veseys, I can't remember what his first name is, the owner of Veseys Seeds started off as a market gardener. He grew his own vegetables and sold them, and he was always looking for varieties that did well in the less than ideal growing conditions that exist in this part of the world. Varieties that don't mind cold temperatures, dampness, a short growing season, and all sorts of challenges that exist in the Atlantic region. I imagine those varieties would do well in other parts of the world too, but a lot of varieties that do well elsewhere don't do well here. So he was always looking for varieties like that, and he had some sort of ability to determine those because he was always trying different seeds and seeing what worked. And so the company grew and grew and grew, and now it's a large, a 40-acre testing facility. All the varieties of seeds that they sell, they test them before putting them in their catalog. So everything that they have for sale, they offer. I ordered everything I could think of to put in my garden this year. Not just seeds, these are all seeds here, but I also ordered some onion sets. I ordered potatoes, seed potatoes. I ordered blackberry bushes. I think I ordered blueberry bushes. I ordered a number of different bare root bushes. And the great thing about Veseys Seeds is you can sit down and figure that all out and order it all in one go, but they'll mail it to you when it's time to plant it. So all I got so far is my seeds. They're going to send me the seed potatoes and the onion sets later when it's time to plant those things. They're going to send me the bare rooted fruit bushes when it's time to plant those things. I don't know how they keep track of all of that, but that's really handy because you don't have to. You can sit down and think it all through and do it all in one big go, and then they'll figure it out and send it to you when you need it. So this is everything they sent me thus far. I got a couple hats. Perhaps I'll do some sort of giveaway. I got these 3 hats here. I don't need 3 hats. And there's all my seeds, right? A ridiculous amount of seeds. I got beans, different varieties of beans, everything. I just run on their website, and I mean I save some of my own seeds, but I'm always trying new things. I don't understand people that just do the same thing every year. That's really boring to me. So I just literally went through their catalog and read about everything they had, and if there wasn't enough information for me, the great thing about ordering seeds online is that you can go and Google each variety and learn more than what Veseys seems to tell you a fairly good amount about each variety. They'll tell you what it's resistant to, what it's known for, flavor, and so on and so forth. But if you want more, the great thing about being online as opposed to being in some sort of seed store in a department store or wherever you go is that you can just Google it and check about 3 or 4 different sources on a particular variety and see if it has the properties you like. The seeds that Veseys have, they have heirloom seeds, they have open pollinated seeds, and they have hybrid seeds. And you can choose whatever you want to use in your garden. My last podcast that I just released, this is Saturday, I'm probably going to put this video up tomorrow on Sunday. My podcast, I talked about the difference between hybrids and what the difference between open pollinated and heirloom seeds is kind of the same thing, open pollinated heirloom, but a little bit different. Anyway, I talked about that in my podcast. If you're interested in that, you want to understand a little bit about that. But here I've got, as far as I know, everything I need to plant in my garden. And I got some neat options like this beet, and it's called 333 Beet Collection. Veseys Seeds really caters to people that grow food. They develop varieties that have, you can look at, you can just tell by the way they give you the information on the website. They have the gardener in mind. They say this one is mildew resistant, this one is resistant to this problem, this one's resistant to that problem, this one has a great flavor, this one stores well. They tell you that really important stuff that most seed packs really don't tell you. It's all there on their website, so you can make good decisions about what you want. And they'll package things together like these beets here, where they've got 3 different varieties in one pack. One of the varieties comes in really early, another variety is really good for storing, another variety is good for pickling. I think that's, I didn't double check that, but I'm pretty sure that's my mentality. It's the 3 things I want to do with beets. I want to eat them, I want some to be ready in the summer so I can enjoy them right away. I want some that I can put in a cardboard box and roast them over the winter and enjoy them as a root vegetable. And I want to pickle a bunch of them and have them as pickled beets because I like that too. So, they understand food gardeners because they package up things like that. All right, so what's the coupon code deal? Get to the point, Greg. So the coupon code, and I'll put this in the description box, is GAVS, Greg Otten, Veseys Seeds, GAVS 18, right, 2018, GAVS 18. That's the coupon code. You go on their website, and their website is www.veseys.com, www.veseys.com. I'll put that in the description box as well. Go to their website, and you can order anything on their website, and you get your shipping for free, regardless of quantity. The offer is good till the end of 2018. And the only catch is that you have to buy at least 1 pack of seeds to activate the coupon code. They tried to explain it to me. It's some sort of internet computer thing. The only way they can have a coupon code that will allow you to buy anything and have it be activated without it being overly complicated for you is to put the condition in that you buy a pack of seeds. So if you buy a pack of seeds and you enter the coupon code in the box where that's supposed to go, that activates free shipping for everything on your order. So you want to order 4 apple trees and a pack of seeds, free shipping. You want to order 10 blueberry bushes, a pack of seeds, free shipping. You want to order 50 packs of seeds and a bunch of rhubarb and some onion sets and some potatoes and a pack of seeds, or 30 packs of seeds, however many, 1 pack of seeds, free shipping. So it's not a discount, but it's a discount in a way that really matters, because shipping can really add up when you're buying heavier things, right? or if your package has got a certain, if your package has dimensions or weight, the shipping adds up. And why I think this is such a great option for those of you that are looking to try a different seed provider. You can buy this from wherever you are, it's completely online, is that this is a great opportunity if you are in a position, it's a great opportunity regardless, because you got to buy seeds and there's a discount on the shipping, and they've got really good seeds because they test every single one of them. But also, if this is the year you're thinking about putting in a whole bunch of different kinds of perennials, right? You want to add a bunch of apple trees to your garden. You've been thinking about it for years. You want to add some blueberry bushes or raspberry bushes or blackberry bushes or things of that nature. You want to add rhubarb. You want to add asparagus. If you want to do things like that, right? Those things to order can be fairly expensive because of the shipping, right? Their prices are fairly competitive. With the free shipping, it makes it a very good offer compared to other online seed providers. Moreover, if you're saying, no, I'm just going to go down to the department store and buy them there. A department store, when it sells a blueberry bush or a raspberry bush or a grape bush or whatever, how do they choose the varieties they're selling? Are they choosing a variety that's ideal for you and your location and your needs, or are they choosing one that they can get a really good deal on the purchase price and then, keep the purchase price low, have an ideal price point, and try to keep the price down? That's their mentality. Veseys Seeds, their mentality is, what's the, of the different options, let's say for a blueberry bush, what varieties of blueberry bush do best in this climate, in this area, given the challenges that we face here, right? So you're going to find, and I'm going to be using all this in my garden, so I'll be right there with you. But this is what I've talked to their, basically the people in their the research firm, right? I think it was head botanist or head horticulturist, I can't remember what his title was, but they assured me that's what they're looking for when they're choosing the varieties. They test everything, and they only put stuff in their catalog that they've tested that works really well on their farm. So that's what you're getting. So if the price is relatively the same, you get the free shipping, it's worthwhile. And they're going to send it to you when it's time to plant. So if you're enjoying my show, if you're enjoying my content, I'm not going to ask you for money. That's why I looked for a sponsor, so I didn't have to do that sort of thing. If you want to show that you appreciate the show, right, show that by buying your seeds at Veseys Seeds and giving them a try this year. Even if you just try a couple things, maybe you'll be surprised at the difference. One thing I'm really excited to try that I ordered this year, I've got a problem with blight in my garden, and they've got a number of varieties of tomato that are blight-free. Where's all the tomatoes here? I can't remember which ones. So this one here is called Plum Regal, and it's supposed to be have late blight resistance. It has great crack resistance, great texture. It's late blight resistant. So late blight and early blight resistant. And there's a long list of things it's resistant to, right? So I was interested in that because I always have a blight problem in my garden. This tomato, they don't say it's blight resistant, but it's supposed to grow really fast. And if you've been watching my show, you know that I have a short growing season here. This one's called Red Alert. It's supposed to grow really fast. So we'll see. It's not blight resistant, but 50 to 55 days to maturity. So that attracts me, right? This was I think the fastest maturing one I could see when I was looking through their list. And here's another blight resistant one called Mountain Merit. It's supposed to be a fairly round, deep fruit, will delight you with its juicy, mild flavor, right? Firmness of texture, but it's also supposed to be resistant to some of these problematic diseases. Excellent late blight resistance, it says. So that's a problem in my garden. No matter where I put them, I rotate everything and I move everything around, but I tend to have blight as something I have to manage. So it would be very interesting to have a variety that doesn't have that problem, still has a really good flavor. That would save me a real pain in the garden. So I put that sort of care into ordering everything I ordered there, and I'm really excited to see what kind of results I get with these seeds. There's one other thing I wanted to talk about here because I'm excited about it. I try to grow, where is it now? Every year I try to grow a kind of kale called Lacinato Kale. You know, and I have relative success growing it, but it doesn't come in nearly as strong as my Siberian kale or Scotch curly kale. So I don't know if I hope I ordered this. This is something I was talking to their botanist about. They have a variety of kale that's based on the Lacinato kale, or some people call this a dinosaur kale. The dinosaur kale, Lacinato kale, is an heirloom variety. So that's a variety that's been the same since 80 years ago or more. But this variety is based on that. It's supposed to be very much like that, but it's supposed to be much more favorable to the climate here in Nova Scotia. There we go. So it's called Black Magic. This is what it's called, Black Magic, but their botanist said it looks like Lacinato kale. That's what he said. So this is supposed to be something that will, we're at 45 days to maturity. Excellent cold and bolt tolerance, making this variety a top selection. So we'll see, Black Magic. That's supposed to be something that's close, that will prefer the conditions I have here. So it'll be a happier plant, and it'll be just more naturally pest resistant and just grow well and all that sort of stuff. And hopefully not as much work to grow, right? I'm always trying different varieties in my garden because I'm interested in finding varieties that taste good and just are low work, right? Find a variety that's really happy growing in your garden and stick with those sorts of things. Right? I tried lots of different potatoes last year, and I found Kennebec and Red Norland worked really well. I tried another variety called Aramosa, and I got blight on those, so I'm not even going to bother planting those this year. And I can't remember what I ordered from Veseys. I believe they have a variety of potato that's like a Red Norland, and they have something that's like a Kennebec. So I ordered those. Kennebec is russet-like, I suppose, but unlike a russet potato, it's got incredibly good flavor. Right? So anyway, I think that about does it. For the coupon code GAVS18, free shipping. What's the only catch? The catch is if you order something huge that's expensive to ship, an oversized item, there'll be a surcharge attached to that. You can't order a tractor, right, and expect that to be shipped for free. So I don't know, they sell tractors, I'm just using it as a funny example, but they do sell like rototillers and some things like that. So those things, there'll be a surcharge attached to that. And all of those things are clearly marked in the online catalog, so you don't have to wonder, right? It'll say it somewhere there. I did a quick check and it does. So if it has a surcharge indicated, then it's going to have a surcharge. What's the other thing I want to say? If you're online, if it's really important to you to not have hybrid seeds, I use everything in my garden. I talk about this in my podcast, my mentality towards all of that, and you do whatever you want to do what's important to you. If that's really important to you, just having open pollinated or heirloom seeds, the way they indicate things on their website is, if it's a hybrid, it says so. Okay? If it's a hybrid, it says it's a hybrid. Otherwise, if it doesn't say it's a hybrid, it isn't. So if it doesn't say it's a hybrid, it's either an open pollinated seed or an heirloom variety, right? And they don't distinguish between an open pollinated and heirloom variety, but either way, you could, if you were really into that, you could save the seeds in perpetuity and never buy that seed again, if that's important to you. It's a little bit more complicated than you might think. I talk about that on my most recent podcast. Seed saving is, if you want to try more than one variety of something in your garden, then saving seeds can get a little bit complex. If you're only growing one variety, then it's easy to save seeds, relatively easy. Anyway, so if that's important to you, there's that option. They don't distinguish between open pollinated and heirloom, I don't recall. Or they'll often say like this is a really old time, really popular, you know, anything like old time, popular, ancient, you know, that usually implies an heirloom. But any of those things, you can just Google it and, you know, it'll say whether the variety's heirloom or not, right? I think I ordered some Lucillus this chart. Can't remember which one, but that's an heirloom. This one here, I can't recall. Silverado. I don't recall if this was an F1 or not. It'll probably say here somewhere. Doesn't see anywhere in the pack. Anyway, online it says. It says online whether it is or it isn't. So I hope that was useful. I hope the coupon code comes in handy for you. And if you like this content, you want to support the show, I mean, like, share, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. Share this coupon code with your friends. And until next time, get out there, get at it, have fun in your garden. Thanks for watching.